Hello, hello, hello.
As always, with me is my wonderful host, Winfell. How are you doing this week, buddy?
Not bad. Yourself?
I'm doing all right. Uh, Working past agonizing tooth pain, but getting over
Oh,
it. Excited at the world of video gaming. Let's see what we got this week. Do, 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 do. Where did my tab go? So, first on our agenda of things to talk about, uh, Blasphemous. The deluxe edition. It is getting a physical edition released in June. Let me 1 second.
yeah, I didn't even know this.
What? Hold on. Why would you, Streamlabs? Why would you do these things to me? Why do you not love me? There we go. Oh, I suppose we should talk over about kind of the changes that we're going to be going through. So anyone who's listening, we're going to be trying to kind of, I suppose, format ourselves a little bit differently for this podcast, seeing as how we're possibly interested in hosting this podcast on other sites such as Spotify or iTunes.
That's right.
So go.
Yeah, the plan is to make it a bit more unified for everyone on all platforms.
Mhm.
Make it a bit more consistent. That's the plan with it.
Yeah.
So we are changing
So
up the format a little.
so that being the case, we'll no longer be hosting any trailers on the podcast, unfortunately, just due to copyright reasons and all that stuff, all that fun stuff, as well as music and such. So it's just going to be our wonderful voices that you get to listen to.
But that doesn't mean you can't throw in your ideas. Give us some
Yeah,
topics.
guys, if there's something you want us to cover or talk about, post it in the chat. Message us on Discord. Join my Discord. It's dead, but at least you'll be able to, you know, throw stuff at me.
At least you'll be the only
Uh,
one with ideas. It'd be great. That one-to-one with Mimic.
there you go. But yeah, so just going forward, that's what's going to be happening from now on. You're going to have to find your trailers on your own, guys, or at least watch them on your own. We will not be able to do that going forward. But getting back to it, Blasphemous getting a physical edition in June. The fans of the grim and gory Blasphemous might want to mark June 29th on their calendars, for that is the day when Team 17, in association with physical media marketers Sold Out, will be releasing a physical edition of the Gothic Horror title on PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. And it looks neat. Get a little poster of the setting. You get some stickers, digital comic, and digital art book, which I fucking love that shit. Digital soundtrack, which I actually haven't listened to, or maybe I just don't remember Blasphemous's soundtrack. But I'm assuming it's pretty good. Yeah, and two bonus skins as well. Interesting.
Big. You like the game, don't you?
I enjoy it. I really like the aesthetic. I have a, I guess, soft spot for that kind of, how would you even describe it? The
It's like a side-scrolling Dark Souls, isn't it?
It's not even just the side scroll. It's just the aesthetic itself of the religious iconography,
Mm.
the uh, the thorn sword, the blood, everything, all that. It's just so. I know it's edgy as hell, but I kind of like that that what would you call it, like gothic horror almost? I guess.
Gothic
Would it
horror
even
is
be
a good
gothic
way.
or
Well, it's a
what?
good way of describing it, though, especially if I haven't played it,
Mhm,
but if I look at the artwork just on Steam alone,
mhm.
it looks gothic. I get where you're going.
Yeah. It's there's definitely a word for it. I'm having a tough time describing it. It's like it's like that pseudo kind of Catholic, old school Catholic brimstone, fire and brimstone kind of iconography, um, where you got where you got tales of uh, inquisitors and priests, banning the evil from like I've always really liked that kind of sort of thing.
It's like a
You have
super dark version of the Crusades.
yeah, exactly. Like you got your religious zealots and everything,
And the
that's just
Crusades were already dark, but
yeah.
Blasphemous takes it another level.
Yeah. You get to retake Jerusalem again.
Yeah, just for the hell of it this time.
just for the hell of it.
Yeah, you're not even wanting it.
So that's coming out June 29th. Oh yeah, it's just such really disgusting imagery on this. I love it.
Well, big
I
question
love it,
though:
love it.
are you buying it?
I might. I recently got Hollow Knight, and I might go ahead and grab this for Nintendo Switch as well. Just to have something that I can play while I'm on the road or out of my house.
You know, just as a side point, right there,
Mhm.
the Nintendo Switch is the only computer console I have that I buy physical copies for.
Oh yeah.
It's the only one.
Hmm.
Everything else I just buy digital, but when it comes to the Switch, I have to have the physical copy of it.
Yeah. Dying breed.
Yeah. Well, I just think
But-
there's a lot of worth in Nintendo Switches and the Nintendo games in general.
Well, I just hope they keep coming out with better games.
Well,
I mean, we've got a couple of good ones out so far. I need to. Is there a way to increase the storage space on a Switch?
it's probably something. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably something, right? Yeah, 'cause that's the only thing that's killing me at this point is just finding the space for everything. I do like how you can just download your games, but you have to uninstall and reinstall certain ones because you might not have room for others. It's a bit of a bother, but I've got some pretty good ones. Yeah, Breath of the Wild, Mario Maker 2, Hollow Knight, Smash Brothers, and now this probably be another good one that I can add to it. Um, yeah,
You got Mario Kart, right?
I don't have Mario Kart actually.
Oof.
That one's that one's a bit of a rage inducer in me.
Well, it isn't everyone, but it doesn't mean you don't get it.
Yeah. No, that's the friendship ender. But I don't know.
I mean, speaking of friendship enders, Team 17 are the ultimate friendship enders. Because aren't they the ones that did Overcooked as well?
I've never played Overcooked.
You should have.
Is that the
If you
wait,
have
wait,
friends
is
and you
that-
want to
is that-
stay friends, do not play that game. There's a reason why I have an ex-girlfriend now. Overcooked. It caused a lot of issues with us for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it hurts, that game.
Is that the game where you're playing a car or you're driving cars in a race and the longer you hold the gas, the more overheated your car gets?
No. Overcooked is
No?
the cooking game. And it's
Oh, is that
Overcooked.
it?
Yeah, it's a co-op cooking game, but the levels are dynamic. They change.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes. I have played that.
Yeah, and one of you has to like cook, one of you has to prepare, and it's just a nightmare all around. Yeah. Funny enough though, like because where I used to work, because Team 17 isn't far from me.
Mm.
Yeah, it's only down the road.
Yeah.
Because they do worms and everything like that as well.
Oh, I love worms.
Yeah, I don't know why they did the Battle Royale one, but where
Mhm.
I used to work, one of the creators came in to the
Mhm.
place, and I told him that I didn't appreciate his bollocks games, and he just laughed. He just laughed.
Stopped him.
Yeah, he just laughed and said he gets that a lot. I was like, "You dickhead."
You stopped him. You had to talk to him about it.
I was
About
like-
your relationship for a couple minutes.
Yeah, I was like, "I hate that Overcooked, mate. I hate it."
Listen, I lost my girlfriend because of you.
Yeah, can I have
All
yours?
All right, I'm gonna need a refund.
I mean,
So,
I'd rather
guys,
keep the game, I suppose.
If you want to play a great game, play Blasphemous. It's like the Overcooked of Castlevania. And if you guys want, play Overcooked. It's like the Dark Souls of cooking games. There you go.
Oh, well, that's nice. I like that. Yeah, the Dark Souls of cooking games. It's horrible.
There you go.
Just play solo. Don't play with a friend.
It just works. It just works.
And only play it with a loved one if you really want to resent them. If you're wanting to dump them, then do it.
But yeah, we got that. Following that up, we have Layers of Fear coming to PlayStation VR on the 29th of this month. Have you played Layers of Fear?
Yes, a long time ago though, not for a while.
Same as same. It was the one with the painter, right? Is that
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I enjoy. I have a soft spot for that because anything that talks about like an artist or anything, I was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's right up my wheelhouse. I really enjoyed it. I love the whole gimmick of the game of that. I won't spoil because I know for a fact that there's a lot of people out there who haven't played it. Um, but it's a very very neat game, and it coming to the Oculus Quest definitely definitely terrifying. Now I wonder, or sorry, it was released for the Oculus Quest because it's now being released again for the PSVR. I wonder if it's on the Quest 2.
Um, more than likely, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, it launched in 2016. God, time flies.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. You know, that doesn't seem like
But
it was out that long ago.
yeah, but really fun game, guys. Good stuff this week in terms of news for like horror games. Uh, because evidently we also have a survival horror game called Abandoned. It's about waking up alone and hunted in the woods. Waking up in the woods by yourself is usually a bad sign. Yeah, no shit. And finding out there's a cult hunting you throughout said forest isn't much help.
So I'm assuming it's a single player.
I'm guessing. Oh, we haven't had much. There's just been an announcement teaser. It's coming for PS5. Uh, and they're working on a gameplay trailer as well. We have one little screenshot here of you walking around in the woods with a gun.
Oh, there's a gun. Okay.
You do have a gun.
Horror games don't tend to have guns these days.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I guess not. We've gone back to we've gone back to just walking simulators for a while now. What was it, Outlast and
Well, you can throw in the amnesias in there.
yeah, I was gonna say that's the one. Amnesia, Soma, and all them.
Yeah.
Some for better, some for worse.
Well, what we need is another Alan Wick. Not Alan Wick.
Alan Wake. Yeah.
Alan Wake. Yeah. Got the W and went Wick.
We need John Wick. Right?
Yeah, we need a new Alan Wick. That'd be a great game.
This is well. I mean, he's got a gun. This must be John Wick, right?
That's it. But Alan Wake was a great game. I loved that.
I actually never played. I've heard good things about it. It was just one of those games that passed me by. That and Heavy Rain.
You never played Heavy Rain?
No.
It's a bit of a meme now, I'd say.
Oh yeah,
it's more of a meme than a game.
I've heard it's had a lot of memes thrown at it.
Yeah, I've got the remastered version on Epic.
Ooh.
It's pretty good.
Which is weird because I absolutely love like detective stuff. So I figured Heavy Rain would be right up my alley, but no, never touched it. So yeah, we got cult stuff. It also seems to be an extremely high fidelity game. Karaman says the team is working to render at 4K native, and I will say the woods and trees have a bit of an uncanny valley effect on me in this footage. Sadly, it doesn't seem like this particular survival horror game will have any tall vampire ladies in it, but it still looks fairly interesting. That's funny. Sorry guys, no big tittied vampire GFs.
Well, that counts me out.
Yep, I'm sorry guys.
Guess I'm never playing that.
Let's hope the cult in this game has something to give us. I mean, come on.
Sounds good though. I mean,
Capcom's really it's hilarious how much they're capitalizing off of all this love for the vampire lady.
Well, they're doing it right, I suppose, aren't they, Capcom?
What's that?
Yeah, I mean, if people latch onto something, just
just milk it.
Yeah, milk it. Even if it's got big tits, milk it even more.
Oh, they gave her. So stupid. My friend messaged me a screenshot. Apparently, they gave her a panty line.
Oh, nice.
That you can see through the dress.
Of course they did.
I don't know what's funnier, the fact that they did or the fact that people noticed.
Well, question your friend. Find out. I wouldn't have noticed that, I don't think. But
sit down in the chair. How long were you looking at her ass?
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess it just goes to show you they know the market. They understand we're morons. We'll throw money at anything.
Well, I mean, my dumb lizard brain, yeah, will clap at most things, but I don't know. I guess I have a soft spot for 9 foot tall vampires. But anybody that's interested, go ahead and check out Abandoned. It's got a very peculiar trailer. I mean, I enjoy the footage of what we got. The force itself. There's no gameplay itself. It's just a look at the graphics, I guess, maybe a showcase. And you have some kind of monologue talking about the local cult. You know, standard practice, guys. So yeah, take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
But yeah, and though they don't have any 9 foot tall vampire ladies, we do move on to Brazil, which is proving to be another one of those beautiful countries that just knows what they're doing at this point, right?
Well, let's not go too far because Brazil has a lot of issues.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm telling you, I've been. It's got issues. It's got a lot of issues.
Don't let my girlfriend hear you say that.
Oh well, sure she's gonna agree. It's got issues across the board.
She's gonna come around and start stabbing you.
I'm telling you, if she didn't agree, she would be there right now. It's
yeah. No, you're probably right. Brazilian justice opens.
Although the girls are good to look at. Just saying.
To ban loot boxes. Now this I like. This I like. What are your experiences and opinions on loot boxes, Winfell?
So, do you know what? I'm not one of those that thinks, "Oh, get rid of all loot boxes." I'm not for that because the way gaming is going, I don't mind the model of a game being free to play if you have to pay extra for loot boxes, because not everyone is gonna. I don't spend money on loot boxes on any game. I can understand the problem when you're talking about kids, early teens or even younger playing things like Fortnite. I can understand where the problem comes from because parents are not necessarily going to know how much money they're spending, or if they're taking their parents' card or whatever, that sort of thing.
Yep.
So I get where the problem lies, but I think if you're an adult, it's on you, isn't it? It's totally on you.
I think it's double-sided. I think it's definitely up to you as an adult to moderate yourself and your children. I do still agree that it is very predatory.
Yeah.
The way the systems that are set up for loot boxes, the amount of money it's incredible how much people pay for these things. And it's not even major video games. You have it happening in your sports games, in your small stuff. It happens everywhere. It's just gambling for a lot of people, and it can become very addictive very quickly. I personally don't mind seeing them go. I think a lot of companies depend too much on them, and if without them, I think it would be a much bigger incentive for companies to create a better game.
Yeah, I do think it depends on the game itself.
Absolutely,
it massively depends. I think as well when you come to it, you're talking about if a game was free to play and it had loot boxes in, for instance, there's more incentive there for the developers to work on the game, add extra content because they know they're going to get the money back. But if a game doesn't have them loot boxes and they just get the money off one-off payments, you're going to see games die a lot quicker, possibly. I think it's a difficult argument either way, me. But I'm not necessarily against all loot boxes because I do think maybe they need a bit more management around them, a little bit more.
No, that's the thing. I think they definitely are mismanaged and misused. I think they're open up to being abused, but it's not that they're inherently terrible. They definitely have a place in the model. It's just as it stands right now, I don't mind the ban. I do not mind it.
No, my problem is more with games or single player games that charge you extra, microtransactions for certain things in game, or what Metal Gear Survival did or whatever it was called, where they charged you $10 for life. So you wanted to start a new game, you had to pay $10.
What? Wait, what game?
It's like Metal Gear's horror thing, one of the zombies one, whatever it's called, Metal Gear Survival or whatever.
Oh my god, really?
That's why that died quickly, because it came out, you had to spend whatever, I don't know, however much for the game, and then you could only have one character, and if you wanted an extra character, you had to pay $10 each time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that shit shouldn't happen ever.
No. See, yeah, they overreached.
They definitely did, but they pushed it. They definitely tried. I don't know who does Metal Gear. Is it Capcom? I don't even know.
Metal Gear, it's not Konami.
Oh, Konami. That's it. Yeah, you're right. But they definitely overreached there, and I can see most of the loot box conversation always comes in with EA. Or things like FIFA and Madden. And again, I don't know how it's FIFA's a problem all around, because the problem is that you have to do it every single year, because you start from scratch the following year, and that's kind of over excessive.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the thing. It's like when you just rely on the loot boxes, you can update the graphics a little bit in the engine, not really change up much of the game, and just re-release it every year with the same loot boxes, and you're just making your money back.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'd rather see something like this happen than continue to let things stagnate the way they have.
Well, what's your solution to them? You have one?
If I had to think of one, definitely, definitely regulation. I don't have like a perfect idea of like how you getting rid of them outright. I would like to see just what's going to happen if we do,
Yeah.
because you can always bring it back. Right? Like, just because you ban it doesn't mean that's it. It's over forever. You can always reappeal and take it off. But hell, do it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what game companies start. Let's see what companies like EA do when you cut them off from that kind of bullshit.
Well, they probably just charge more for the game outright, don't they?
Right?
Or they just stop working on them.
That's the thing. It's like, does this kill a company? And if it does, the next question is how valuable of a company were they if that's all it takes?
Yeah, it's a big question, isn't it?
Yeah. And like you cut them off and it's like, that's it. Okay, we have to charge more for the games. It's like, okay, well, your games are shit, so no one's buying them. So now your company's going under. It's like, was this just an inevitability that we were just waiting for? Because wow, that's pretty bad. Yeah, that's really bad.
Well, they're gonna have to do something soon, because I can't think of a country not contemplating getting rid of their loot boxes.
Yeah, they gotta impose some. They gotta start making promises. Really, it's just self restriction. Um, it's just I don't have a perfect idea of like restricting it at age, because it's sometimes it's not even age that matters, because again, it's gambling. A lot of people get very very addicted. It's just like going to a casino, and you're just playing slots until your wallet's empty.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it.
Yeah, myself as well.
Because you're right, I suppose. If they struggle with no loot boxes, then clearly there's something wrong with their model, their business model.
Yeah, they either don't have the staffing, or they don't really care enough to actually produce games and content worthy of its price.
Yeah, interesting.
But yeah, I look forward to seeing what Brazil does. Good luck to you all. Did you have a topic did you have one that you wanted to throw at us?
I can't remember what I mentioned to you earlier, to be honest with you.
You didn't keep it down?
No, I didn't. I thought you did.
Down? Oh my god.
Okay. I'll hit. Yeah, it's Days Gone 2. It's been cancelled reportedly, and Uncharted for PS5.
Right, Uncharted as well.
I thought you wrote it down. That's why I didn't.
No, I thought you wrote that. That one's yours.
Yeah, maybe I should write them down from now on.
So, I've never actually played any of the Uncharteds.
Well, it's just like Tomb Raider, I suppose, isn't it? It's just the male version.
I've seen it. I've seen the gameplay. It doesn't necessarily appeal to me.
No.
I haven't been the biggest fan in my time as a professional gamer, of third person over the shoulder stuff. it doesn't always come out feeling very smooth when I play.
Maybe it's more you than the game.
It just might be because there are exceptions to that. You know, there's a couple of games, Last of Us being one of those games. We were just talking about that before the stream started. Uh, I enjoy the game very much. The gameplay is not stellar, but it is functional, and I don't have issues with it. Whereas I do remember playing just a little bit of Uncharted. I think it was 2 or 3 back in the day, and maybe it's probably come much farther at this point. But it's definitely says something about first impressions
Yeah.
to a franchise or to a series, like what a first impression will do. Because yeah, after that I was just turned off to it.
Well,
Um,
I think the early ones are pretty clunky, but as they got into their rhythm,
mhm,
they are
mhm.
quite fun games, and I think they're easy to get into as well. Because I know people who don't usually play video games will play Uncharted,
Oh yeah.
so there's something to say about their simplicity and their simple puzzle designs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe I'll go back and give it another look through, see
But,
what see if I get hooked again.
well, I'm not sure
So
it's worth it now because they've been cancelled apparently.
it has it been just completely utterly that's it? No
Yeah, I
chance of
mean
coming
that's
back?
what IGN is saying. IGN is saying it's cancelled.
Oh
Like
wow.
reports are coming out that it's not looking good, which is a shame, really. And I think there's been so many delays this year and so many cancellations already with games.
Mhm. I think we're gonna see more. I think we're definitely on our way to see quite a few more.
It surprises me, because you can argue that, okay, so COVID had a massive impact on everyone,
Hmm.
which it has.
Hmm.
But games are taking more money than it ever have done.
Hmm.
So to not get a game finished or to abandon it mid development for me is not an excuse.
Yeah,
Because they're earning
speak,
so much money from us now. It's ridiculous.
I mean, speaking as somebody who worked on a video game exclusively with people I had never physically met in person, I was living in Pittsburgh, working between 2 or 3 people, one in Chicago, one in Italy, one somewhere in Germany, and we were making a game. I wasn't going full time at it. It was just something that I had to find spare time, all my spare time to contribute to, but but yeah, even between the four of us, we were able to make something. It never took off, unfortunately, but these are like multi-million to multi-billion-dollar companies. They got all the staffing they need. Just I don't know, make a 24-hour Zoom call that everybody can join.
Yeah, I just don't think canceling a game now for whatever reason. I'm not buying the COVID as an excuse. I'm not
Yeah,
doing
I
it.
don't think so. Everybody can work from home. I totally understand that it's going to be a lot harder to communicate between everybody because I don't know what it is, but I will totally agree that there is just something to the element of having everybody in the same building and studio
Yeah.
working with each other that makes things a lot easier and streamlines things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's easier working at home.
Yeah.
People have a lot of things going on at home. If you have children or whatever, they're going to get in the way every now and then. And
Mhm.
obviously, like you said,
Uh,
communication is going to suffer.
yeah.
But still, I mean,
It's gonna
come
suffer
on.
a little, but I don't think it'll just tank a project.
No, it won't. And I, I just don't like all these cancellations and delays we're having.
Hmm.
I just don't
Me
think
too.
I don't think it looks good on the industry, to be honest. Because every other day there's some big game being delayed or cancelled.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, I mean,
mean,
only the other day they delayed indefinitely Lego Star Wars Saga.
oh, did they?
Yeah, that got
Oh
delayed indefinitely like
no.
2-3 days ago.
Oh, that's a shame.
And they're good games, the Lego games.
I grew up on the Lego Star Wars games.
Well, they've not even given you a new release date for that. They're just like, whatever.
Oh,
So that probably won't get finished.
I want to go back and play those games. Those were fun games.
Hmm.
They were really good games.
They are all good games. And this one looked good as well because I think you could play with some like 300 different characters in it
Hmm.
from Star Wars. Mental.
Right.
Because it was all the Skywalker films in one game,
Hmm.
which was looking quite good.
Yeah. So that and as well as Days Gone 2.
Yeah, no, I never played Days Gone.
I have not yet. I was a little excited about Days Gone, and just because the gimmick,
Yeah.
you have you have your zombie hordes. They're running at you really quick, really fast. Uh, you're just mowing them down, and they're fast, so it's terrifying. They're sprinting after you. You have to kind of maneuver them through the environment, such and such. And it was a very interesting idea. Beyond that, from all the gameplay that I've seen, because I don't usually just buy a game outright, um, I tend to do a little research on it beforehand. Um, before After seeing just beyond that, what else the game had to offer, I was a little disappointed in terms of gameplay because it seems like they were really relying on that one gimmick, and I heard the game was still okay, but never picked it up.
Well, I'm not really sure what zombie games have going for them, to be honest, because they've all been done.
Yeah, I still think that there's room to improve. Like, for example, like my favorite instance of this exact mechanic being utilized kind of well is a game like World War Z.
To be fair,
I don't
that is
know
a good game. I enjoyed that.
that I've only seen footage, but from what I've seen, it's great. It's your standard. You got a team of people. The big thing is just the overwhelming amounts of zombies and the guns and the gameplay and the classes, and it looks fantastic. Is that a Epic Games exclusive?
Yes.
That's a shame.
Yeah, we
That is a
played it
shame.
4-player co-op on stream the whole way through.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah, how'd you have fun with it?
yeah, it was good fun actually. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna play it all the way through, but we did it over a couple of weekends, and yeah, really enjoyed it.
You got like how many characters in that game?
Well, it's a bit like Left 4 Dead, so
Mhm.
you've only got, I don't know how many you've got actually. I can't remember. I don't think it's that many.
I'm seeing some. I'm looking at some screenshots. You got something like 24 characters on the screen, but
Yeah,
then you select the character. I guess that's just your skin, quote unquote, and then you select the class.
yeah, that's it. The classes. Yeah, so there's
Mhm.
also PvP in it as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting, but there is PvP, so you have to fight each other and the zombies as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So it gets a bit messy.
The maps look great, and so there's still room, I think, for zombie games to improve and do better. Um, Really, I just can't wait for bigger, like, sandboxy games. Like, give me zombies in a setting kinda like, The Division,
Yeah,
like, give me scalable skyscrapers and objectives around, no loading screens, everything is in real time.
no
You got
loading screens. That'd be tough to do.
right? But I don't know. Like you got missions to do across the cities and all this. It's like a big sandbox, and you just got to avoid the zombies. And of course, naturally, give me the different specialty zombies. You got your spitters, your bloaters, your tanks, whatever you want to do. Yeah, give me something like that. I would love to see that.
Well, we'd have to see what they do with um that new, what's it called? Not Left 4 Dead, is it? What have they called it?
Oh, uh, something for blood, Back for Blood.
Back 4 Blood. Yeah, see what they do
I
with
heard
that.
about that. Yeah, I don't know if it's out yet. Let me
No, it's not. It's out next month. I think it's May.
Back for
I think, or was it June? Something like
Blood. June 18th.
that. Nice.
June 18th.
I bet that gets delayed. Calling it here first.
Upcoming multiplayer survival horror game developed by Turtle Rock Studios. It's supposed to be a spiritual successor, right?
I don't know if it's meant to be, but I mean, you'd think so with the title because it's even got the number 4 in it.
It says the first look at the Left 4 Dead successor, thrilling cooperative first-person shooter from the creators of the critically acclaimed Left 4 Dead franchise. Okay, so it's from the people who made the
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead stuff.
Yeah, it is.
All
Yeah.
right.
So I'm surprised
Okay.
Valve haven't jumped onto it
Yeah, that's maybe they have.
because Left 4 Dead's one of their biggest games.
Oh yeah, maybe they have Valve's blessing on this one. Who knows?
Maybe.
Because I don't think they would so brazenly just you know do something like that.
No, because
When you're talking about
I think Valve
Valve is
probably
one of the biggest
do own.
companies out there in games.
Yeah, I think Valve do own Left 4 Dead. I think
Mm,
so.
possibly. But that's another one. Yeah, keep an eye out, guys.
But yeah,
But
no. Game cancellations in a nutshell. I'm not a fan. I don't like it.
Mhm.
It's happening too often.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we're on this side of the glass, kind of looking in. Not really much we can intuit at this point, but I definitely agree with you. I don't think the virus is any excuse at this point, especially when we've seen how many jobs can be done from home that we were just unaware could be before.
You just think you'd be able to adapt as well. It's been going on for over a year now.
Yeah, right.
So where's the studio's adaptability?
It's been going on for a year and a half now,
Hmm.
almost.
That's depressing, isn't it?
It'll be a year and a half in June.
Wow. Yep.
It's crazy too. Like back at the beginning of last year when this was all going down, like I couldn't imagine still being in this situation a year from now. It's like,
Hmm.
what? How is that? How is anyone going to survive a year of this?
Well, we all thought it was going to last a couple of weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, yeah, look at us now. We've been locked down again. Like I said, we come out of it on Monday, so look forward to that.
Honestly, I don't see an end to it. Anyway, on a lighter note.
Yeah.
On a lighter note, Twitch decides to hire an investigative law firm to help with quote severe off-service misconduct. Now, I don't I don't even know how to react to something like this.
What was your first thought when you read it?
I just the the first thing that ran through my head was the dumb meme of the SWAT team breaking into a person's house, just destroying everything, coming in through the ceilings, throwing your paintings against the walls or your furniture left and right. Like, oh my god, like Twitch, what are you do? You are a game streaming platform. Why do you think you have the authority to do this?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because banning someone off platform, I don't think I've seen it anywhere else. Like, I'm not sure. But it's up there with politics, isn't it? Like how Twitter bans certain politicians and
sure,
things like that.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And like, I just leave your politics at the door. That's all I'm saying. Let people say what they want and just stop. Like,
Although
this is just
I would say it is based on like hate speech, isn't it, and threats of violence and that sort of thing.
well. Let's read into it. Twitch has changed. Sorry, off-service conduct policy and will now take measures against the members of the community, even if misconduct happens entirely off-service, but only in egregious cases. So they only want to go for egregious cases, which immediately I'm just thinking like, what does Twitch? What is that? What is their definition for egregious? How do they qualify that?
That's a good question, to be fair, because I don't trust Twitch with anything.
I don't trust Twitch at all. Yes, I understand where we are right now.
I love you, Twitch.
I'm sorry, guys, but I'll call them out for it. Like, they have a hard enough time being consistent with the rules on their platform.
That's true.
They're going to take it upon themselves to go investigate streamers off stream. That's insanity.
They are pretty useless, to be honest.
You got people getting banned left and right for the most mundane, inane, tiniest things, while some of their biggest streamers could, I don't know, could go fucking full frontal at this point and get away with it, and get away with just a slap on the wrist.
I mean, I've got thoughts on it, but
how close have we come at this point?
It's all come down to money, hasn't it? If you earn a certain amount of money, then they don't care.
Oh yeah, yep.
At least that's me looking into it. I mean, what can I say? I'm not a big streamer or anything, so.
Oh, I'm a bit more cynical about it, but they've given me no reason to suspect otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, they don't help themselves.
As a continuation of the new measures introduced in January, Twitch is now expanding its approach to off-service enforcement, the company announced on April 7th. I'm just surprised and almost annoyed that they didn't, because if you're gonna hit us with the stick, at least do it on April 1st, so we think it's a joke.
Yeah, maybe
That way
they
it'll
got the
be
date wrong.
that way it'll be a little funnier on April 2nd when you hit us again. Twitch will now issue enforcements against Twitch accounts of perpetrators, even if their wrongdoings happens entirely off Twitch, if their misconduct is abhorrent and egregious. And again, I don't know what Twitch considers abhorrent and egregious.
Yeah, they don't really explain. Well, they do, isn't it? And again, I think it comes down to hate speech and threats of like mass violence or something.
Threats of violence, yeah, I can understand that. Talking shit, I don't know.
I'm not sure it's
I'm
talking shit. Like, I'm not sure that if we're playing each other on Halo or something and I call you a little prick who
yeah.
still sucks on his mum's tits, I'm not sure I'm going to get banned on Twitch for that if I've said it in Halo. But
Right.
if I threaten to come around to your house and firebomb it,
Oh yeah, that's completely different.
I think then they. But it's interesting that they could do that if neither of us are streaming on the platform.
Right, like it's insane. Like on whose authority do they decide to do this?
Well, I imagine they go off the complaint itself. Like, it's going to have to be,
right.
But then they're going to have to. Surely there's a way to verify what's happened rather than
They're gonna have to.
This person said this.
Come up
Oh,
with
did
evidence,
they?
I
Oh, I
guess.
banned them.
It's just so bizarre. It's like of all the things that they decided to put their time and money into, this was it.
Hmm.
Not making their platform better, more engaging, more fair. None of that. Not the horrid amounts of DMCA takedowns and everything for streamers. No, why protect the streamers? Let's go after what they do in their off time. I mean, that is insanity.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's a weird one. I wasn't expecting it when I got the email. I really wasn't.
Yeah. Wow. Previously, Twitch would take into account off-service misconduct only if directed at members of the Twitch community, but the new policy will enforce measures, quote, against serious offenses that pose a substantial safety risk to the Twitch community, even if these actions occur entirely off Twitch. This includes things like deadly violence, terrorist activities, sexual assault, child grooming, threats of mass violence, and other serious crimes. Oh my god. Are we gonna see the Twitch police show up at somebody's house?
It could be
Oh my god.
Twitch.
Twitch and our governments, our police fighting side by side against Al Qaeda.
I was gonna say Twitch, and next, what you see people in Twitch shirts going to.
Twitch stormtroopers.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I get where they're coming from with it, like to defend, to protect people, I suppose. But
I I I I can't give them the benefit of the doubt and say this is just with pure intentions.
well, you don't even believe that either.
Good intentions. Because even if it was, it's so bizarre that this is the company that's going to do this. We work to keep Twitch spaces safe and inclusive, both to stream and create content, and also for our communities to meet in person. Twitch states, what? Twitch states individuals who have engaged in severe forms of abuse listed above, we believe are more likely to engage in behaviors on Twitch in violations of our community guidelines and would create overt safety risks for our communities. That is a bizarre line of thinking. That is a little too close and a little too Orwellian to me, in that punish them before they can do it on our platform.
Hmm.
If they can prove it, that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, uh, a murderer should be allowed to continue on, but like doing what they're doing. But it's just so bizarre that Twitch has taken it upon themselves to go ahead and do this themselves. This is such a bizarre allocation of resources.
Yeah, the way I saw it was that it's more of a get rid of the political people they don't like.
I I wouldn't be honestly surprised.
Because that seems to be the social media trend, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with these big companies. They just get to control and suppress opinions that they just don't agree with.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Hopefully, hopefully, eventually, we'll get around to fixing this, holding them more accountable. I really don't like the argument that they're private companies, so they should be allowed to do whatever they want. It's like that's there's something wrong there with that argument, you know. Because if they're a private company, if it's I think it's the argument between being a platform and uh being a platform and just being a free forum, you know.
Yeah.
Because same thing with newspapers. If you got a journalist spouting some really dumb shit, then or doing something really stupid and affecting people through through slander or libel or stuff like that, you can sue the newspaper because they are responsible for what that person says because they're represented by But then you have employees of Twitch and everything, people being suppressed, and it's like they can't do that. They are a free platform. You were it. I'm explaining this terribly, but they want their cake and they want to make their cake and eat it too.
Well, it's the same thing we said when they did the music thing, when they basically said to every streamer, you're on your own, we're not helping you.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of their way of passing the blame, aren't they? They're like,
Yeah, absolutely. It's they want the freedom to suppress what people say left and right, but they don't want the backlash of having being sued for what people are saying.
yeah.
And you either take one or the other. You can't have both.
Yeah, they're just trying to get ahead of. But it's weird. Twitch. It's a strange one because on other platforms, not so much gaming things, but they seem to take a more lighthearted approach to this kind of stuff. To music being played or people watching videos. But Twitch seems to take a very heavy stance and seems to get a lot of feedback on it.
Yeah, I think it's Twitch and YouTube are the big ones for it, right?
Yeah, probably. But you can see on other platforms, like someone just sat there watching a film, just on stream, and nothing's ever done about it. I see the same people that on them every week, but on Twitch, you do it on that, it's an insta ban. It's weird.
It's so bizarre.
I don't know if they're just targeting the bigger companies because that's where the money is.
I guess so. Since this is a very serious topic, the one that requires thorough investigations and dedicated people in order to minimize any chance for mistakes, Twitch is partnering with an unnamed investigations law firm that will help them conduct investigations on reports regarding off-service misconduct, off-site misconduct. One of the goals of this partnership is not only to help with the investigation, but to prevent the abuse of the system, as only cases with a preponderance of evidence will be taken into account, while false reports will be dismissed and people who send false reports will be sanctioned. I really hope they will be. Because it's not a great look when you're just being mass flagged and reported by people to the Twitch detectives.
Yeah.
When all you've done is share an unpopular opinion.
I might actually apply for the Twitch detectives. It sounds like a good job.
Oh my god! I mean, my mind is breaking underneath it. This is hilarious. I can only look at this and laugh. This is so funny. This is where we are. This feels so Orwellian to me. Strong communities are built on trust, and we are putting in place a rigorous process to enable us to conduct investigations thoroughly, equitably, and with sensitivity. We will only take action when there's evidence, which may include links, screenshots, video of off Twitch behavior, interviews, police filings, or interactions that have been verified by our law enforcement response team or our third party investigators. All information collected for the purpose of these investigations will be fully confidential, and only people involved in the investigation will have access to the evidence and all other material shared with Twitch.
Yeah, it sounds a political thing to me.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. Really weird move, Twitch. I can't wait to see how this works out for you. I hope it lasts or goes as well as the Twitch council that you appointed last year.
Is it Twitch Council?
Do you not remember that? With
kind of rings a bell, but nothing in my head right now.
Co-Carnage and the Deer Girl.
Deer Girl. What?
The Deer Girl.
The Deer Girl.
The Deer Girl.
You keep repeating it, and I it's not giving me any more information. Every time you say it, it makes me more confused.
You know what? Just I don't know. I don't know if we can talk about it at this point because the Twitch investigators, the Twitch detectives might come,
the Twitch detectives
knocking on our doors at this point. Oh my god. There was a council created last year of Twitch users, which I think is just hilarious because it appears to be a figurehead, like just a table of puppets at that point, who were supposed to communicate with the community about issues for Twitch, which is just bizarre because they didn't have any power. And it's like they were put there specifically to just have all the bile thrown their way. Like a patsy almost,
Yeah.
And one of them was a not very popular uh streamer who identified as a deer.
Okay. It's fun.
Yep. And actively did not enjoy or like people, quote unquote. I'll link you some stuff after the stream.
All right.
It was certainly a bizarre thing, and of course, what happened was what I predicted would happen. It completely went just not under the radar, but kind of like most anything that sparks controversy or heat, died down and was completely forgotten within about a month.
Explains why I don't remember it.
Yeah, and it was just bizarre. Again, it was like here's a council of Twitch streamers. Direct all your opinions to them. It's like they can't do anything. It's like it's like putting a put your complaints and ideas here sign on a trash can.
Yeah.
That's what they essentially told us.
Just
why do we talk to them? Nothing's gonna get done.
It's just to make it look like they care, isn't it? That's what it's about. It's just like, oh, we care about what you got to say, so here's some people.
Yeah, here's some people. Talk to them. It's like, oh, are they going to fix things? No, they can't. Okay. So I guess you gave us some therapists, huh?
It's the equivalent of when I used to work in retail, and someone had asked me for something. I'm like, yeah, I'd go check the stock room. Then I'd go sit down for 10 minutes in the stock room, and then walk back out and be like, doesn't exist, mate. Don't have it.
There you go.
Yeah, we don't have it in stock. My apologies. I've been looking everywhere. And all I was doing was sat down eating a Snickers bar or something. If any old bosses ever watch this, that is what I used to do, and I don't care. Because it's retail. No one cares. But yeah, it's the equivalent of that, isn't it? That's what they're doing.
When I was working as a clerk for a little while there on the night shifts, my friend and I, who was working with me at the time, got into the label maker, the name tag maker in the back, It was great. We made ourselves a bunch of funny little name tags, and what I would do is whenever anyone had a had a stick up their ass and give me a hard time, it's the night shift, so it would be 3 in the morning. I'm I'm dealing with highway degenerates that have just stumbled their way into my store, and they get mad because they want to speak to the manager. But of course, I'm the only one on duty, so I take my name tag off, which just said, it's just a little odd mimic, cashier extraordinaire. Put it down, pick up the manager tag, put that on, and they're like, I'm listening.
I like it. I mean, one of the worst things I ever did, which is in a big retail store here that you would have heard of.
Mm-hmm.
So we had like 900 odd people working there,
Mm-hmm.
and I got everyone retrained. I was responsible for the whole thing being retrained.
Oh,
And every member of staff, that's like £250 per person it costs to retrain everyone. Because what happened was a customer came to me and wasn't happy, and I just didn't care about their opinions or what they were saying to me. And when she said that she's going to complain, I took off my name badge, gave it to her, and told her to post it back to the store when she was finished with the letter, which she did. She wrote a 3-page letter with my name badge stuck in there, an email. I like posted it back to the store, and boy, were they not happy about that. And I just didn't care, essentially. And it all started because like she came to the till, and it was Christmas, it was really busy. And she throws her stuff down, and I just couldn't be bothered. And she starts going on at me, and I was like, instead of just like answering it or whatever, I just looked away from her and just shouted, "Next, please." So I just left her stood in front of me, like seething basket and all, and I just started serving the next person in front of her. She didn't like that. But honestly,
I could go on forever about retail stories.
Yeah, if you're gonna be a dickhead, you're gonna be treated like one.
Oh yeah. But funny enough, this is actually something I just found. Since you were talking about how much you hate bands, apparently the Oculus Rift S has been discontinued.
Really?
Shortly after announcing the Oculus Quest 2 last year, Facebook confirmed that the new standalone VR headset would replace the original Quest and eventually the Rift S as well. We're now coming to the end of the Oculus Rift S lifecycle, with Facebook confirming that it will no longer be replenishing stock once current units are sold.
So to be honest, that's actually quite a smart move. Because as you know, I used to work in a VR arcade. I ran it, and all that. So I understand quite well how these things work. And what they've done with the Oculus Quest, and especially the Oculus Quest 2, is actually really good, because it's free movement VR. With no wires or anything like that. You can take it anywhere. That is the smartest way to take it.
Guys, that's probably the best one out there right now.
It is 100%. I would definitely recommend it. I mean, I've got different VR headsets, but the Oculus Quest, unfortunately, it's Facebook. That is the problem. Other than that, it's an amazing bit of a kit, and it's incredible value for money.
That's the biggest concern I've had from my friends, and gripes I've had from them, is that they really don't like making a Facebook page, having to make one in order to play.
Yeah, it sucks, but honestly, you still get all the games, and the thing is with the Oculus, the biggest problem, it's not Facebook for me, because everyone's had Facebook at some point. The biggest problem is that it's not open source, and they don't allow, people to make games for it without going through them. Like how Steam do. Like, put on our platform. If you want to do a VR game, fine. Facebook don't do that. Facebook are like, we're in control of this. That's the one thing I don't like about it. But other than that, it's incredible. Take it to a friend's house. Take it to a park. Just go play it anyway. It's amazing.
Oculus, these nuts. Am I right, boys? You are right, Helcas.
100%. 100%. But yeah, I do think the Oculus Quest is incredible value for the money. Like, it's so good.
I've used it. I've played it. Speaking as someone who started off on the first one, on the Oculus Rift, huge improvement, amazing improvement, guys. Like, it sucks playing with wires. It really sucks playing with wires. Having to buy what do you call them? The sensors. Having to buy 4 of them just so you could have good tracking of everything in a circle around you, it's hell. Finding the space big, like just having the headset itself is fantastic. My friend's nephew has it. My friend has it. I've seen it. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, a bit limited. However, I think we're heading towards fantastic places with Oculus technology, with VR headset technology, and I just can't wait because there's so many people making them now. There's you have Steam with the Index, you have Oculus Quest, you have so many different ones, and it's great because it's all a good competition. There's no monopoly on it right now.
Well, Vive did have a good monopoly on it,
Mhm, mhm,
but they're the ones that brought Steam into the fold, because what happened with Vive was
mhm.
Steam were going through them with all the hardware. So Steam gave Vive all the hardware. I'm like, yeah, cool, make the VR headsets for us and put it on Steam and, make people buy it and stuff, which is what they did. And that's, was good stuff for Steam, well, Valve, and good things for Vive. But then Vive, with the Vive Pro, they then came out and advertised it as a professional-only headset. So they actually told gamers not to buy it. They're like, we don't want this to be for gamers. We just want it to be for professionals and companies. And then Valve were like, you fucked this, boys. You've completely fucked this, because you've got a great thing here on Steam with the Vive, and everyone's buying it to play VR games. Yeah. And they just screwed it over, and Valve were like, oh, well, looks like we're making our own. So that's what they did. They did it because they got screwed over with the Oculus, and then they got screwed over with Vive, who were like, no, we don't want games buying this. And that was a massive mistake on their part.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why the Index came about, but the Index is still the best on the market, so well done. Well done, Valve.
Yeah.
Well done. And I, again, as someone who's got one and played it, if it didn't have wires, my God. Do you know, I was actually reading an article, because Zuckerberg was talking about the future of VR for them, and the future of AR, and he was saying that they're moving into AR now, and they're about to release their first AR glasses.
Oh, very nice.
So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be integrated with Facebook again, unfortunately. So you're going to be able to update your Facebook status from your glasses. Exciting. But it's just another next step in the right way, because that's the future, AR.
Get ready for a lot of car crashes, car collision reports.
Yeah, there will be, but I mean, to be honest, the next big things are AR, Mars, if Elon Musk has anything to do about it, and driverless cars. But I mean, everything causes problems.
Yep.
So whether it's AI or human fault, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah.
But you're right. There's going to be a few accidents.
I'm expecting and predicting a large influx of accidents in the beginning, followed by a bunch of rules saying, no, don't do that.
You just be able to watch porn when you're driving a truck now.
Yep.
That's essentially it. You go through...
Google Glasses are a good option if they ban the use of earbuds at work. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. That's
It's going to be the same way when vaping was coming out, and then a bunch of places says no smoking or vaping indoors. It's like, but this was the whole point.
Well, I'm not so sure about that one, because I'm against it. But yeah, because I think the best thing England ever did was ban smoking indoors everywhere. It's a really good ban, but yeah, I mean, it's personal preference, I suppose. But yeah, if I can watch my porn while driving, and I don't have to take my eyes off the road, then
the road's gonna start looking pretty good.
Exactly, that's it, isn't it? I mean, I might just be driving down random roads. Ooh, what's down this road?
Let's go see the country.
Yeah, why not? Go for a drive every night. Going for a drive. Girlfriend's like, where you going? Just for a drive. Like,
don't worry about it. Don't ask.
Yeah, just going for a drive. I'll be back in a few hours. Yeah. More like be back in 20 minutes.
Do you have any other topics for today?
Any other topics? Let me have a quick...
Any other news we got?
Let me have a quick gander. The latest. Oh, okay, here's one for today. The God of War creator has said that
Ooh.
PlayStation is working on a counter to Xbox Game Pass.
Ooh.
So PlayStation are trying to do their own.
Soon we'll have shit challenges like driving for 4 hours while playing ASMR videos on glasses. See if I make it. Oh no.
I'm on board with that. I accept the challenge.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Goddamn. But so PlayStation coming out with its own Game Pass to rival Xbox. Oh god, I love good competition.
I think
I'm looking
Microsoft have
forward to
already
it.
won that though. I'm not even being funny. I just think they've won because they've got it across all platforms. Microsoft, PlayStation are not going to release their games on PC, are they?
That's the thing. They're just missing out, dude. They're missing out so bad.
I know some titles come over to PC, later, which is what we're seeing now. But Microsoft have already won that fight. I think it's a bit late for them.
I think it's a huge missed opportunity. I mean, why not? What is the appeal of just having everything exclusively to a console?
It's because they force you to buy their console, but I don't think that's a topic for. Do you know what? That's a good topic. I like console exclusives. The reason you buy the console, how much do they influence you buying that console?
Right. I think it's come down at this point to what is the console offering that you can't just get from a PC? Yeah, is it the games? How many games are there? And it's completely up to each person individually. Like for me, uh Bloodborne on the PS4 was very close to being like when it came out was close to being the console buyer, the thing that would make you get this console. But beyond that, I mean, PS4 is not much different from PS3.
Well, none of the consoles are particularly different. The reason I bought
Exactly.
the Switch was
Mhm.
because it's easy to move around with. You can play it on the
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
You know,
I think it's a dramatic improvement on portable gaming. Absolutely. I think it still has a way to go
I
because
thought portable gaming was dead, and then the Switch came out. I was like, oh
right,
boy, well, sorry that problem.
right. And then I still think they need to fix the controllers.
Yeah, well, have you seen the part of doing the Nintendo Switch Pro, aren't they?
Or the
Which, yeah. But yeah, no, I think Sony are too late with this Game Pass.
really.
I really do. I really do.
I'll have to see. I'll have to hold off on my opinion, see what exactly they're offering. Because
Because
hey, they could blow us out of the water on this one.
yeah, no, I mean, I'd love to play some PlayStation games on PC. Give
Mhm,
me the new remastered version of Last of Us and stuff like that. I just don't see
Give people
them.
Bloodborne. That was the flagship of PS4, and people are still waiting on a PC port for that.
Are still making Killzone? Is that still a game?
I think.
Or did they
No,
kill that after the first one?
I'm thinking of Killing Floor. I remember Killzone. Killzone was fun.
The Halo killer.
Yeah, yeah, quote unquote.
No, but yeah, PlayStation have a lot of potential there if they do it right.
Hmm.
A lot of potential.
Oh, absolutely.
Unfortunately,
What would since you're a bit more familiar with like the Xbox Game Pass, what would you need to see from Sony from PlayStation
I
that you'd say that's worth it?
again, I think it's multi-platform because what they've done with the Microsoft Pass is they've offered you, because they didn't have to include all them games in their Game Pass, like 300 games or whatever it is, and the fact that it works on PC as well, is a phenomenal deal.
Right.
But they've also included in there, like you got EA Play now involved in it. So when you got the Microsoft Game Pass, you can play EA games. You get discounts on EA. You got EA to thank for that as well, but it's still included in that one Game Pass with no extra charge.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting Microsoft are just trying to get everyone on board on this subscription service, which is fantastic. PlayStation, because of their exclusives and their refusal to share their games with anyone in case someone steals them or something. I think that might just hold them back. I think it might hold them back.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I
can't
imagine it's
wait.
easier as well to port Xbox games to PC, right, than PlayStation games to PC. Because Microsoft, I imagine, develop it with certain platform.
I can't necessarily speak to that, but I'm guessing yes, simply because if you're designing a game with the sole intention of having it be on a console and nowhere else, whereas a game that is going to go to PC, then yeah, obviously one is going to be a lot easier to port than the other. But I'm unfamiliar with the process, so.
Mm.
But yeah, if there's nothing else, I think that's a good place to wrap up for today. A bit on the shorter side today, but it's not nothing too big happening this week. Again, the Twitch the Twitch detectives is still
Yeah, the Twitch
hilarious to me.
detectives. We should make that as do you know what? Do you know that's a great idea. I think we should make that as our avatars on this.
We are the Twitch detectives.
Yeah, Twitch detectives.
All right, we'll get to work on that.
Yeah, we should make ourselves as little avatars either side of the screen. Yeah.
All right. I'll get to work on that. We'll be the Twitch detectives going forward. That'll be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, anybody that's listening to this in the future, thank you. Hope y'all listen on Spotify and everything from now on.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, and see y'all next week.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Hey you, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you could hit the like and subscribe button, particularly the subscribe button. It's around here somewhere. I don't know, one of the corners. But yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time.